Alright guys, something I want to address real quick. Um I've been talking to a few of you and I'm coming to understand that there's some concepts that I haven't gone over that would make a big difference into why you think you can't eat certain things, it's healthy and so on and so forth. And then at the same time you're seeing all these, fit people in their different sports, eating those things. Um, well, first of all, let me clarify. A weightlifter or powerlifter is not a bodybuilder. At the same time, is not a fitness professional. At the same time, is not a CrossFitter. It's not a runner, and it's not another sport actually like a CrossFitter or a basketball player. They all are different areas of fitness because they all have different goals, they all have different results. The two main factors is that they all train differently. None of them train the same way. A powerlifter does not train and eat the same way a bodybuilder does. A bodybuilder does not train and eat the same way a fitness professional does, like WBF or NPC. Eating and training is totally different. A CrossFitter, their training and eating is different as well. Right down to the runner, the professional runner, the training and eating is totally different as well. They all do not have anything in common. So when you hear me talk about certain things that you can and can't have, it's because you're trying to transform your body and you've expressed wanting to look a certain way. The reason you have to go through that process is because you at least have one thing in common with each of these categories, and is that you want to end up looking similar to the quality of physical appeal that one of these fields that you've aligned yourself with, that you want to become. So therefore you have to go through a transitionary process where there's things that you'll have to stop eating, things that you have to start eating, either more of and or less of. In addition to that, my program, the first 6 weeks is a clean slate program because I want to see how your body adjusts to the exercise, without the gray area of whether or not that carb was good or that kind of protein was bad, or if this type of oil from this type of fat is good, so on and so forth. So I do bring you through a clean slate program, yes, but that is because I want you almost everybody's goal that they come to me includes a visual change. You want to see a visual change in your body. You don't just want to eat healthy, because the general term eating healthy, that's where a lot of frustration comes from, because you think that just because it's healthy or just because you added a little bit of it instead of a lot of it, that makes it healthy. The problem is that eating healthy, that's just for general maintenance after you get to your goal. Yes, when you have your 6-pack abs, you can have your 2% milk or your 4% fat cheese, but during the time when you're trying to change your body, we want to leave those things aside so we can get the change going. Once we get the change going and the change accomplished, then you can go to eating a certain way that will not reverse your efforts. But while you're in the transitionary process, I don't want you slipping backwards or ruining whatever progress you could be making. If in a week you could have lost 2-3 pounds, why sacrifice it and only lose 1.5 pounds because of the foods that you didn't want to give up on? This is a goal-oriented program. We set dates, we set real numbers, and the aim is to get to them. Remember, during my program I also teach you how to live afterwards, how to incorporate the foods that you can't do without, how to properly manage your cheat days and your cheat foods. So you're going through a transition, right? It's not just a change, it's a transformation, literally. Alright, so, and for me, I go the extra step of making sure that we get that change by seeing how your body adapts, because I have to change your program over the time that you're with me. I have to either make it more advanced, hard, loosen up on it, find weak areas and focus on it, and I want to be able to see that change. And that's why we'll go through a clean slate program where 6 weeks of the 3 to 4 months that you're with me, we can see that change, isolate it, track everything each week, and be able to make adjustments accordingly. As your body adjusts, if you're adjusting fast or slow, we'll start to reincorporate those foods if you haven't gotten over them by then. So please don't think that I'm being mean by telling you, no, you can't have cheese, no, you can't have this and that. It's only because during the first six weeks of the program, we want to do a clean slate. So I want to X out all potentially dirty foods or foods that have too much of a gray area that will ruin our calculation. Alright, so just to understand that healthy eating is at the end when you want to maintain what you have, and not during, because healthy eating does include whole foods and balanced foods, and therefore it will have a little bit more carbs and fats that you're looking for, but it's just easier absorbed. But it's not the perfect thing for when you're trying to transition, and that's why I had to highlight why the different fields eat and train differently. So you're going to be similar to them because you're now in a training program. So don't use the word exercise. You're training now. This is a program. So we do things differently. It's structured. It has a goal. Everybody who succeeded in the program is because they successfully transitioned. And not successfully as in happily gave up the foods. Nobody gave up their foods. I said, oh yeah, I can stop eating pizza. Well, yay. There was never anybody like that. But successful as in they made the choice to stop eating the foods that I recommended they give a break to, and they saw the change, they liked it, and actually started getting over those foods. One of them don't even like the food that they were attached to before because of the benefits of what they've gotten. She can look in the mirror and see the sexy body that she wanted, and therefore doesn't even want to ruin that by eating the food that she was attached to before. So, and that happens with time. So don't expect overnight changes. Six weeks is enough. It's not that long. You've been eating that certain food for however many years. You'll get over it. And then if you can't do without it, let's get the 6 weeks in so we can see change, and I'll teach you how to reincorporate it. Simple as that. Alright? So just have to highlight that one little thing. So don't confuse eating healthy with a training program. It's a little bit different. If you have any questions after this video, email me, text me. Alright? Cool. Thanks.